Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 7th of October 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affairs. So watch this video till last. But I am requesting you all the students that you have to download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, you can log in with your email ID, then click on this crack current affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low, but we are covering 90 to 95% of that current affairs which can come in every type of exam. This is the hard work of Affairs Cloud team. But how we are covering this current affair? We are providing you daily section. In the daily section, you will receive three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section, which you can attempt on our application on daily basis. Next is the weekly section. Again, you will receive similar kind of three things on the weekly basis. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. But you can attempt this quiz on weekly basis. Most important section is the monthly, and we are providing four type of PDFs. One is the detail, second is question and answer format, next is the best 100 current affair that is also provided in the form of question and answer, and the pocket PDF. It means the 2-liner and the 3-liners current affair will be provided to you so that you can revise these current affairs in quick format before your exam. But to enhance your performance further, we are covering 20 most important topics. It means we are providing you 20 most important topic wise PDF so that you can revise particular topic for your particular exam. And if you are preparing for your banking exam, then we are providing three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. But all these three things are only related to banking and economy, and you can attempt this quiz on our application on monthly basis. If you want to cover all the past current affair of 2021 just from single PDF, just for the revision purpose, you can use this exam PDF. And if you want to cover budget and economic survey, we are providing detail and expected question and answer PDF related to budget and economic survey. If you are preparing for your respective state exam, we are also providing state current affairs. Even we are also covering every union territory. So all these things comes under only one subscription. You have to just download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. You have to log in with the email ID, then click on this crack current affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low, but if you're a new student, you are just starting your preparation, then I am advising you to subscribe for 2 years because there is very less price difference between the 1 year as well as in the 2-year subscription. And we are providing 10% extra discount on both subscriptions if you use this code ASH10. And if you have any query, you can email us or you can call us on this number or email ID. So let's start today's current affair, that is 7th of October 2021. Good morning to all the students, but you have to like this video. Every student who is watching this video, please like this video, share this video at least to your one friend and subscribe this channel and join our Telegram channel from the description box link for official notifications. And here is the first question in the most important question section. Who won the 2021 Nobel Prize in Chemistry? We already covered physics. We already covered medicine. Now we are covering the chemistry. So it is the 2021 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. So the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences awarded the 2021 Nobel Prize in Chemistry to one German chemist, which is known as Benjamin List, and second belongs to Britain, or you can say British chemist David W.C. Macmillan. So answer of this question is basically both A and C. So D is the answer. So Benjamin List and David Macmillan independently discovered the organic molecules, and these organic molecules can be used as a catalyst, so that we can speed up the reaction. And remember, the Nobel Prize carries a gold medal and a cash prize of 10 million Swedish kroner. 10 million Swedish kroner. It is around like 8.5 crore rupees, which will be shared equally. And this organic catalyst, this is very important because asymmetric organocatalyst is a third type of catalyst that can build upon small organic molecules. And the development of this asymmetric organocatalysis has made chemistry greener and made it easier to produce asymmetric molecules. And it is a great impact on the pharmaceutical research because so far it is believed that there are only two type of catalysts available, which are like metals, and the second one is enzymes. Now third one is the organic molecule, so it can speed up the reactions. So you have to remember, one is the Benjamin List, and Benjamin List belongs to which country? Germany, and David W.C. Macmillan belongs to Britain. So these things are very, very important under this question. Even you can see here, it is for the development of precise, new and ingenious tool for molecular construction asymmetric organocatalysis. And you can see here the picture of two scientists. Benjamin List belongs to Germany and David W.C. Macmillan belongs to Britain. So very important. And you can also remember this name, that is Giorgio Parisi. So very important, he belongs to Italy. And even three scientists. One is, you can say, from Japan. From Japan, the name is Yukaro Manabe. And second from Germany, it is Klaus Hasselmann. And third is from Italy, it is Giorgio Parisi. So these three scientists won 2021 Nobel Prize in Physics. Nobel Prize in Physics. And remember, the three scientists were awarded for the groundbreaking contribution to our understanding of complex physical system. So that's why they were awarded with Nobel Prize in Physics in 2021. So we covered physics and chemistry today. So now moving to next question. Who has been declared the winner of 2021 United Nations HCR Nansen Refugees Award? So first of all, you have to remember this organization name. It is United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. High Commissioner for Refugees, and name of this award is Nansen Refugee Award. And this award goes to one Yemen organization, and name of this Yemen organization is Zeel Al-Bina Aid Organization. So this is a humanitarian organization. So Zeel Al-Bina Association for Humanitarian Development, a Yemen humanitarian organization, has been declared the winner of 2021 UNHCR Nansen Refugee Award. So you have to just remember the name of this organization. This is also known as Zahad organization. You can also remember this. Zahad stands for Zeel Al-Bina Association for Humanitarian Development. It is known as Zahad. So Zahad is a humanitarian organization that provides emergency services to internally displaced people in the northern Yemen. And this UNHCR Nansen Refugee Award was established in the year of 1954 to honor the individuals, groups or the organizations who protect the refugees as well as displaced and the stateless people. And the award is named after one person, which is known as, I am writing here, it is known as Fridtjof Nansen. Fridtjof Nansen, a Norwegian scientist, you can say, polar explorer and the diplomat, and the first High Commissioner for the Refugees for the League of Nations. So this award was named after this person, but you don't have to remember this name. You have to just remember UNHCR or United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Nansen Refugees Award goes to one of the organization of Yemen. It is known as Zahad organization, and Zahad stands for Zeel Al-Bina Association for Humanitarian Development. And remember this UNHCR, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, it was established in 1950. Its headquarters is in Geneva. Geneva is in Switzerland. So you have to just remember these things. Moving to next question, you can also see here the honor of this organization, Zeel Al-Bina organization. It was founded by Amin Zubran, and he won 2021 Global Laureate of UNHCR Nansen Refugees Award. You have to just remember this name also, because the examiner can ask the name of the organization or founder of this organization, Amin Zubran. Moving to next section, it is our very important question section. You have to like this video, share this video and subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform, and join our Telegram group from the description box link. And please share at least to your one friend and the students who are watching this video. Every student, you have to like this video. Here is the question: which company has become the first Airbus operator in the world to start taxi boat services with passengers on board? So first of all, you have to remember the keyword here. What is this taxi boat? Taxi boat is a semi-robotic tow-barless aircraft movement device developed by the Israel aerospace industry. So it can tow, you can say, it can tow an aircraft from the terminal gate to takeoff point and return it to the gate after landing without utilizing the aircraft engine. So from India, or you can say all over world, it is Air Asia India. Answer of this question is A. Air Asia India has become the first Airbus operator in the world to start taxi boat services with passengers on board with a modified Airbus fleet. You can also see here, Air Asia claims to be first Airbus operator to start taxi boat services with the passengers on board. You can see this is the tire of the first tire or the front tire of the airplane, and this can be traveled through this taxi boat, can be traveled to or parked through this taxi boat. And taxi boat is considered as the green revolution in the airplane taxiing. It will help in enhancing fuel efficiency and predictive maintenance and services. And this taxi boat eliminates the use of airplane engines during taxi in and taxi out, significantly reducing aircraft fuel uses, emission of carbon dioxide, and risk of the foreign object damage. So that's why it is very important. Because earlier we covered one question that Delhi International Airport. Delhi International Airport was the first airport in the world that introduced taxi boat in 2019 and even 2021. And it is also the first airport in the world to adopt the green taxiing solution. So you have to remember, if examiner is asking about airport, then it is Delhi International Airport. If examiner is asking about any airline or any company, then it is AirAsia India, who started this taxi boat all over world, not only in India, all over world. Moving to next question. Amartya Healthcare Limited has appointed whom as its brand ambassador? So, very famous pharmaceutical company, Amartya, or you can say it is Healthcare Limited. And this company has appointed 2 Olympic winners. One is Bajrang Punia, second is Mirabai Channu. So, answer of this question is both B and C. So, Amartya Healthcare Limited has appointed Tokyo Olympics weightlifting silver medalist Mirabai Channu from Manipur, and wrestling bronze medalist Bajrang Punia from Haryana as the brand ambassador of its range of products in the pain management. So, as the brand ambassadors, both Mirabai Channu and the Bajrang Punia will endorse the advanced pain management products of Amartya, which includes like back pain roll oil, or you can say joint muscle spray and the pain patch. So, remember about Bajrang Punia and the Mirabai Channu. Mirabai Channu, a native of Imphal, or you can say Manipur, is the second Indian to win a medal in the weightlifting after Karnam Malleshwari, who won the bronze medal in 1994. But Mirabai Channu won this silver medal in the weightlifting in Tokyo Olympics, especially you have to remember. And Bajrang Punia from Haryana is the only Indian wrestler to win 3 medals at the World Wrestling Championship. So, only wrestler to win the 3 medals at the World Wrestling Championship. And he belongs to Haryana. Exact district is Jhajjar district of Haryana, or Jhajjar district of Haryana. So, remember both the names, and you can see very beautiful pictures of Mirabai Channu and Bajrang Punia. So, now we are moving to next question. Which state launched India's first e-fish market application named Fishwale? So, that is very important. It is to sell the fishes on that application at a very important place of Assam. It is in, you can say, Gangtok, very famous. So, it has become India's first e-fish market application, and products like, you can say, fresh water and seawater frozen fish, dry fish, fish pickle, and processed fish items will be sold via this application, which is known as Fishwale. And any person can buy or sell quality fish seed and fish feed, and it will also provide aquaculture equipment like medicine, aquarium tanks, ornamental fish and equipment. So, this is the one kind of application which can be used by fishery industry, especially for the purchase of fish seeds or the fish feed, or for the equipments which are used in the aquaculture industry. So, it will provide a boost to the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. It will provide a boost to Prime Minister Matsya Sampada Yojana. So, you have to remember this, very important. So, the state is Assam. You have to remember the Chief Minister is Himant Biswa Sharma and Governor is Jagdish Mukhi, who is also has the additional charge of Nagaland. So, very important national park is Dehing Patkai National Park, Raimona National Park, so very important. Kaziranga National Park is there, Orang National Park is there, Nameri National Park is there, very important. Manas is there. So, these are very, very important national parks in Assam. Even Dibru-Saikhowa Biosphere Reserve is also there. Dibru-Saikhowa Biosphere Reserve is also in Assam. So, you can also see here Himant Biswa Sharma and India's first e-fish market, which is known as Fishwale. So, Wale is basically in Hindi, fish is in English. So, very, you can say good logo it is designed. Fishwale. Next is Narendra Modi inaugurated Azadi at the rate 75 New Urban India Transforming Urban Landscape Conference cum Expo at which place? So, you have to just remember this keyword Azadi at the rate 75, because we are celebrating 75 year of independence, and the name of the event is New Urban India Transforming Urban Landscape Conference cum Expo at which place? So, it was held in Uttar Pradesh and exact place is Lucknow. So during this expo, the Prime Minister virtually handed over the keys of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Prime Minister Awas Yojana Urban houses to 75,000 beneficiaries in the 75 districts of Uttar Pradesh. Everything is in the 75,000 beneficiaries in the 75 districts of the Uttar Pradesh. Total 75 districts are in the Uttar Pradesh. And he laid the foundation stone of the 75 urban developmental projects in Uttar Pradesh under the Smart Cities Mission or the Amrut Mission. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also inaugurated the Central Institute of Petrochemicals Engineering and Technology. So remember, Central Institute for Petrochemicals Engineering and Technology was located in Jaipur. So it is again inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So you have to remember Azadi at the rate 75 Expo. It is basically conference come as expo named as New Urban India Transforming Urban Landscape Conference come Expo in Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh. So examiner can ask the state as well as exact place. So you have to just remember. And remember about Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister is Yogi Adityanath. Yogi Adityanath. Governor is Anandiben Patel. And you can also remember very important national park here, Dudhwa National Park. There is Pilibhit Tiger Reserve is also there. Pilibhit Tiger Reserve is also in Uttar Pradesh. So you can see here, Narendra Modi inaugurated Azadi at the rate 75 New Urban India Transforming Urban Landscape Conference come Expo in Lucknow. Next is, what is the name of payment and accounting system launched by Defense Account Department? So this is basically 7th question, not 13th. What is the name of payment and accounting system launched by Defense Account Department? So the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan enhanced the competitiveness in the Indian defense sector, engaging manufacturers and suppliers all over the country. So now to keep the transaction pace at rate, or you can say pace at par with the growth, the Defense Account Department, or you can say DAD, Defense Account Department under the Ministry of Defense, has developed one information technology based payment and accounting system which is called Prabal. So answer of this question is C. So this system will ensure domestic defense suppliers get payments without any delay. So it will definitely promote the Atmanirbhar Bharat in the defense sector or self-reliant Bharat in the defense sector. So it will ensure that domestic defense suppliers get the payments without any delay. So it will basically make the transaction fast. And remember about Ministry of Defense. Ministry of Defense comes under Rajnath Singh ji, and his constituency is Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. You can also see here Defense Account Departments develop an information technology enabled payment and accounting system called Prabal, and this is for the domestic defense suppliers so that they can get the payment on the real time basis and they can get the payment without any delay. Moving to next question, Ministry of Textile has approved to continue its comprehensive handicraft cluster development scheme till which year? So it will continue till the year of 2026, March 2026. So you have to remember, Ministry of Textile has approved its continuation of its comprehensive handicraft cluster development scheme up to the March 2026, and its total outlay, its total expenditure outlay is 160 crore rupees. 160 crore rupees. And the scheme aims to offer support in the terms of infrastructure development, design, you can say, technology assess, and the market support and others to handicraft artisans and the small medium sized enterprises to enhance production and export, so that we can promote the Indian handicrafts, we can promote the Indian artisans and their unique work, so that we can increase the production of this unique work and we can also export this unique work, and their income can be enhanced, even their livelihood can also be enhanced. So you have to remember, Ministry of Textile comes under Piyush Goyal. And constituency of Piyush Goyal is, he is currently the Rajya Sabha member from Maharashtra. Remember. You can also see a Textile Ministry approves continuation of comprehensive handicraft cluster development scheme, and total outlay of this scheme is 160 crore rupees, and it is till March 2026. It is just to promote the local artisans and to increase the production and exports of the artist work, handicrafts and the small medium enterprises. So moving to next, and it is from picture, that industrial park rating system. You have to remember this keyword, industrial park rating system. So Minister of State Som Prakash ji, Minister of State is Som Prakash. Som Prakash, who is currently Minister of State of Commerce and Industry, released the second edition second edition of IPRS. IPRS stands for Industrial Park Rating System Report, also known as IPRS 2.0. So it should be noted that it is the first annual IPRS, as the earlier one was the demo. Earlier one was the conducted on the demo basis or the pilot basis in 2018. So the first edition was conducted on the pilot basis. The real edition is this, which was released in 2021. So 90 industrial parks were marked as the challenger category. 185 have been rated under the aspirer category, and 41 industrial parks were named as the leaders category. You have to just remember only the leaders category number. 41 industrial parks all over India were named as the leaders category. So this report, or you can say this industrial park rating system, aims to enhance industrial competitiveness among parks, promote investment in the state industrial ecosystem, and to help industries to identify sustainable investment destination through a single platform. And the report was prepared on the basis of 4 pillars. Under 4 pillars, there are 45 subcategories or the 45 parameters. So you have to just remember, to increase the competitiveness in the market, especially in the you can say industrial system, we are preparing this index which is known as Industrial Park Rating System, and 41 sites which comes under mostly in Maharashtra. Out of 41, you can say there are 18 industrial sites. In Rajasthan, there are 17. You have to remember, maximum in Maharashtra, second rank goes to Rajasthan. 4 in Uttarakhand, 1 is Gujarat, 1 is Andhra Pradesh. But you have to just remember the maximum lies in Maharashtra, and second rank goes to Rajasthan. So remember this is very important. Industrial Park Rating System. This is the second report. First was released in 2018. It was on the pilot basis, and the real report is in 2021, which is known as 2.0 IPRS, Industrial Park Rating System. And again, Union Minister of Commerce and Industry is Piyush Goyal, and Piyush Goyal constituency, Rajya Sabha member from Maharashtra. We already covered in the last question. Next is Lesker Foundation announced the Lesker Award, and it goes to 6 people, but you don't have to remember the name because examiner will not ask these names, because all are United States of America citizen. Because the Lesker Foundation announced the winners of 2021 Lesker Award, which is the America's top biomedical research award. So you can remember, this is America's top biomedical research award. And Lesker Foundation was established in 1942 by Albert and the Mary Lesker. The foundation is committed to inspiring robust and sustained support for the biomedical research. And this award given under 3 categories. One is Basic Medical Research Award. Second is Clinical Medical Research Award, and third is Special Achievement Award in the Medical Science. So under all 3 categories, 6 persons were awarded. So you don't have to remember the name, and just remember this Lesker Award, America's most prestigious biomedical award, recognizes the contribution of leaders who made major advances in the understanding, diagnosis, treatment, cure or prevention of the human diseases. Moving to the important question section, but you have to like this video. You have to share this video as maximum as possible, especially to at least to your one friend, and please subscribe this channel if you are watching this video, and join our Telegram channel from the description box link so that you can receive the official notifications. And it is Mansukh Mandaviya, who is currently the Union Minister of Health, released which organization's report on World Children Mental Health. So remember, the report belongs to World Children Mental Health, and this report is basically prepared by very prestigious organization, but this report is released by Mansukh Mandaviya ji, and this report is basically prepared by UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund. So answer of this question is B. So the name of the report is The State of the World Children, the State of World Children Report of 2021. And the publication details the significant impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the mental health of the children especially, and the report was launched globally on the same day. And every year, according to this report, every year almost 45,800 children and adolescents between the ages of 10 to 19 die from suicide, which means it is about 1 person in every 11 minutes. 1 person in every 11 minutes. And it is estimated that more than 13% of the adolescents between 10 to 19 years old with a diagnosed mental disorder, according to World Health Organization. So you have to remember that this COVID-19 especially impacted on the children's mental health. So we have to encourage them. We have to provide them everything so that they can become healthy and mentally strong. So this is World Children Mental Health Report, or you can say this report is known as the State of World Children Report 2021, which is prepared by UNICEF and it is released by Mansukh Mandaviya ji. And you can also remember about UNICEF here. UNICEF was established in 1946 on 11th December. On 11th December, we are celebrating UNICEF Day, and headquarters is in New York, United States, and executive director is Henrietta Fore. Moving to next question, you can also see here the State of the World Children 2021 report. It is UNICEF report, but it is released by Mansukh Mandaviya ji. And Mansukh Mandaviya is currently the Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, and his constituency is Gujarat, because he is currently the member of Rajya Sabha. Next is Hockey India withdraws from 2022 Commonwealth Games, citing discriminatory quarantine rules. So you have to just remember that Hockey India has withdrawn from the 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games. 2022 Commonwealth Games will be held in Britain. It is in Birmingham, and you have to remember that COVID-19 concerns are the major reason for the you can say withdrawals. And the move comes a day after England withdraws from the Men's Junior Hockey World Cup, which is scheduled to be held in Bhubaneswar over similar reasons. And you have to remember there are two tournaments. One is Commonwealth Games, second is Asian Games. So India preferred Asian Games because Commonwealth Games will be held between you can say 28th of July to 8th of August. 28th of July to 8th of August. But this Asian Games will be held from 10th of September to 25th of September. It means there is only a 32 days gap between the you can say Commonwealth Games and the Asian Games. So Hockey India did not want to take a risk by sending players to the United Kingdom for the Commonwealth Games, which has been one of the worst affected by the coronavirus pandemic. So it means India preferred the Asian Games over 2022 Commonwealth Games because Asian Game is the continental qualification event for 2024 Paris Olympics Games. And you can also remember this Asian Games will be held in which country? It will be held in China, and exact place is Hangzhou. So remember Hanzhou, Hangzhou. So it will be held in China. So why India preferred Asian Games over Commonwealth Games? Now you know. And why is the importance of Asian Games is more than the Commonwealth Games? But you have to remember Commonwealth Games will be held in Birmingham in 2022 and Asian Games will be held in Hangzhou in 2022. Very important. And Hockey India president is Gyanendra, you can remember. And 2022 Commonwealth Games, Birmingham in United Kingdom, and motto is Games for Everyone. Remember, motto is Games for Everyone. And its mascot you can see here. This is known as Perry. The mascot name is Perry. So remember 2022 Birmingham Games. Next is National Voluntary Blood Donation Day, observed on the 1st of October 2021. So it is the National Voluntary Blood Donation Day. It is annually observed across India on the 1st of October to create awareness about the blood donation and promote voluntary blood donation across India. And theme of this day is give blood and keep the world beating. Very good theme. So give blood and keep the world beating. This is the theme. Now moving to one-liner important point, and here is the first point. Transport Ministry announced rules to set up RVSF. RVSF stands for Registered Vehicle Scrapping Facility. Registered Vehicle Scrapping Facility under the Vehicle Scrapping Policy, which was launched by Narendra Modi. Because in August 2021, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the National Automobile Scrappage Policy to discard and scrap the old, inefficient and the polluting vehicles in an environmental friendly manner. And remember who is currently the Union Minister of Transport? It is Nitin Jairam Gadkari ji. Constituency is Nagpur in Maharashtra. Next, credit guarantee scheme for subordinate debt extended till the date of 3rd of March 2022. Earlier, it was ended on 30th of September 2021, but now it is extended by 6 months almost, and it will be now ended in 3rd of March 2022. And this decision has been taken on the request of the stakeholder of this scheme, and this scheme was approved by Government of India on 1st of June, but it was started on 24th of June 2020. And it provides credit facility through lending institutions to the promoter of stressed micro, small and medium enterprises. So again, it is just a one-word line. You have to just read this line. Next, Center approves 1 lakh crore oil and gas projects for the northeastern region. and all the projects is expected to complete it by the year of 2025. And as per the India's Act East policy, which was transformed from the Look East policy announced in the 2014, Union government has undertaken many key initiatives to augment infrastructure and pace economic development of the northeastern region. And northeastern region consists of 8 states. Remember, it is M cube, A square, and TS. M cube stands for Meghalaya, Mizoram, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Nagaland, Tripura, and Sikkim. Next, RARI signed MOU with the SMU for the collaborative research. So, 2 institutions are there. One is Regional Ayurveda Research Institute, which is situated in Sikkim, and signed a MOU with Sikkim Manipal University for collaborative research. So, it is to conduct collaborative research in mutually identified areas and promote research activities. Next, bank credit growth reached 5.8% in Q1 of the financial year 22 according to RBI data. So, Reserve Bank of India recently released a report which is known as Quarterly Basic Statistical Returns. And as per the report, the bank credit has registered a 5.8% growth in the first quarter of the financial year 21-22. Financial year 21-22, or you can say financial year 22, as compared to the 5.1% in the Q4 of the financial year 21. So, in the last Q4, like you can say from January to March 2021, the growth was 5.1%. But now in the Q1, it means I am talking about April to June, the total growth is 5.8%. It is according to the Reserve Bank of India. Next, newly discovered gecko species named after Jackie Chan. So, you have to just remember it is named after Jackie Chan, and this is found in Western Ghats, and it was named after Jackie Chan as a tribute for his agility. And the researchers named the one of the 12 new species of the geckos after Jackie Chan as the Jackie's Day gecko. Jackie's Day gecko for its ability to move rapidly as Jackie Chan. So, just remember it is with the name of Jackie Chan. Now, we are moving to the question of the day. What was the question of 6th of October 2021? Very simple question. When did the Government of India appoint a committee under the chairman of Shri M. Narasimhan to strengthen the banking system? Very important. So, it was appointed in December 1997. It was appointed in December 1997, the Government of India under the chairmanship of Shri M. Narasimhan to strengthen the banking system, which submitted its report in April 1998. And the government accepted some of its recommendations like prudential accounting norms and the classification of the government guaranteed advances and so many things. So, this is very important committee for the banking system because it strengthened the banking system. So, it was constructed in December 1997, but it submitted the report in April 1998, almost you can say after 5 months or the 4 months. Next is the question of the day. Very simple question. India is a member of the International Monetary Fund since. So, I am talking about International Monetary Fund, IMF. So, you have to tell me India become the member of IMF in which year. I am waiting your answer. Please like this video. Please share this video as maximum possible, at least to your one friend. And please subscribe this channel. Definitely you will subscribe and press now subscribe button. And press this bell button and join our Telegram group from the description box link so that you can receive the notification on time. And it is Affairs Cloud. Promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section. Definitely. Don't take life so much serious. Life is fun. Always be happy. Thank you guys. Take care and bye-bye.